Throughout history, disasters were not always the work of nature. Sometimes, humanity itself was responsible. Engineering failures, reckless decisions, and negligence of warnings led to tragedies that scarred generations. In this video, we take you on a journey through 5 of the deadliest man-made disasters, real catastrophes that destroyed cities, killed thousands, and forever changed the course of history. Fasten your seatbelts, because what you are about to hear is not fiction, but shocking reality. Part 1. Chernobyl, the nuclear disaster that shook the world. 1986. On April 26, 1986, at exactly 1:23 a.m. in the small Ukrainian town of Pripyat, the unimaginable happened. Reactor number 4 at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant exploded. That night, engineers conducted a routine safety test, but they bypassed every safety protocol. Pressure built up inside the reactor, and in seconds, a massive explosion tore the roof apart, unleashing radiation equivalent to 400 times the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. The next morning, children played in the streets under a blue sky, unaware that the air itself had turned into poison. By evening, people complained of nausea, dizziness, and burns. Over 350,000 residents were evacuated. Dozens died in the first days. From acute radiation syndrome. In the years that followed, thousands developed cancers, especially thyroid cancer among children. Today, Pripyat is a ghost town. Empty buildings swallowed by trees. Silence broken only by the sound of birds. Chernobyl was not just an engineering failure. It was a human, ethical, and political disaster. A tragedy that could have been prevented, but arrogance and neglect turned it into the worst nuclear accident in history. Part 2. The Bhopal gas tragedy, a city poisoned. 1984. On the night of December 2, 1984, in the Indian city of Bhopal, a deadly gas leaked from a Union Carbide pesticide plant. The gas was called methyl isocyanate, colorless, odorless, and lethal due to a malfunction in the cooling system. Toxic gas spread silently across the city as families slept. Within minutes, people awoke choking, their eyes burning, their lungs on fire. Thousands fled their homes, but there was no escape. In the first 3 days, over 8,000 people died. Over the following years, the death toll reached 25,000. 500,000 suffered permanent injuries, lung disease, blindness, birth defects. Even today, groundwater near the site remains contaminated. The tragedy of Bhopal was not nature's doing, it was negligence, corporate greed, and disregard for human life. Part 3. Titanic, the unsinkable ship that sank. 1912. In April 1912, the world's largest and most luxurious ship set sail, the Titanic. It was called the unsinkable ship, a marvel of technology, stretching 269 meters long and 11 stories high. But on the night of April 14th, Titanic struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic. Warnings about ice were ignored. The ship traveled at high speed. And there weren't enough lifeboats for everyone on board. Within 2.5 hours, Titanic broke in half and disappeared. Beneath the waves of the 2,224 passengers, more than 1,500 died. Many were women, children, and poor immigrants in third class. The scenes were harrowing. People leaping into freezing water, some drowning instantly, others freezing to death within minutes. Titanic was not sunk by nature alone, but by human arrogance. It remains a chilling reminder that technology cannot defeat recklessness. Part 4. The Courrières mining disaster, France, 1906. On March 10, 1906, in northern France, a massive explosion shook the Courrières coal mine, the deadliest mining accident in European history. That morning, over 1,800 miners were underground when methane gas ignited, triggering a chain of blasts that collapsed tunnels and set coal seams ablaze. More than 1,099 miners died within minutes. Some burned, others suffocated, and dozens were trapped for days beneath the earth. When rescuers finally broke through, survivors stumbled out, starving, injured, and traumatized. Families had waited at the surface, listening to cries from beneath, powerless to save their loved ones. The Courrières disaster revealed the price of neglect, poor safety standards, greed for profit, and disregard for the lives of workers. Part 5. The Banqiao Dam collapse, China, 1975. In August 1975, in China's Henan province, the Banqiao Dam, a symbol of modern engineering, gave way. Built to control floods and provide power, the dam was never reinforced despite warnings. When a typhoon struck, rain equal to a year's worth fell. In just one day, the dam overflowed, then burst. Within minutes, 700 million cubic meters of water roared across. Villages and farmlands, the destruction was apocalyptic. More than 170,000 people drowned or died from disease in the aftermath. Millions were left homeless. Croplands turned to wasteland. For years, the Chinese government hid the truth. But when it surfaced, the Banqiao collapse was revealed as one of the deadliest engineering failures. In history, these were 5 of the deadliest man-made disasters, not caused by earthquakes, tsunamis, or storms, but by human arrogance, greed, and neglect. Each disaster reminds us of the terrible cost when warnings are ignored. When profit outweighs lives, when humanity believes it can outsmart. Nature, tell us in the comments, which of these disasters shocked you the most? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video for more real stories that change the world.